It's time to go ahead and get a railing. Let's get it started. Go ahead and get out our pieces here. Comes with all the hardware, even with a wrench. And here is the before shot of the stairs. Obviously before we put the railing up, so you can see the change. Big shout out to BLIKA Railings, who helped supply all of the necessary parts that you see here. Includes the post, the railings themselves, the wires, the hardware, and everything. Much appreciated. The first thing that I ended up doing was marking where I wanted the post to go. So I set the one that is closest to the ceiling first, making sure everything was square and in line. Pre-drilled all the holes, and then used the provided hardware to screw the posts down themselves. Everything to this point is just temporary. I went back afterwards and made sure that everything was plumb and set correctly, shimmed things that needed to be done. We unfortunately did not get that video. Now after I did the first post, I went ahead and did the same thing to the corner post here because I knew exactly where that would go. Once the corner piece was set, I then took the two middle pieces, measured out, and got an opinion if we wanted two or one post. We ended up going with just one. We didn't need the two posts, and it just looked much better. Didn't block the view as much with just the one post. So here I am again, just setting that temporarily. Here's the three posts all set up. To get the railing attached, you just unscrew the top nut there, put on the attached brackets, make sure those are tightened down, and then put the railing on top, drill through the holes in the brackets, and get everything set up. I did not get any video of me cutting the rails or installing them, unfortunately, because I was doing most of this by myself, and it was pretty hard to balance everything. So what I ended up doing was using my miter saw to go ahead and cut. I just used a new metal blade, cut everything to size, used a punch to mark where I needed to drill the holes, took them off, drilled them, and then put them up. And then once everything was set there, it's just a matter of marking my spots in the post, the wooden post here, to make sure that my anchors would go in correctly and be spaced correctly as well. To do so, all you have to do is make sure that the hydraulic press here that is included with the kit is turned to on, so that when you pump it, it closes the jaws there. Make sure that everything's nice and secure. And then you just take that piece and screw it into the wood frame with a provided wrench. They recommend you to do the first one about an inch out so you can get everything tight on the other side. And then once that's done, you can go back and do fine adjustments after. And then it's just a matter of running all the rest of the cables. So going back and forth, getting everything cut to size, crimping everything, tightening it down, and then doing it all over again. Now, you can see here that the spacing might look a little bit larger than the normal 4-inch that's per code, and that is correct. It is just over that. I just went over and did every other opening just so I could go ahead and get everything set for now. But I'll be adding the rest of the cables at a later time. Now for the main part of the rail, again with the slanted roof, is a little bit harder. So what I did is I took my laser, made sure that it was in line with the holes on the post, put that onto the ceiling, and then use my level to make sure that I was going to be having level lines to be drilled into the ceiling part itself. And again, here's a little bit more of a detailed video of how the anchor works. Again, everything's pre-drilled. You screw in the attached screw that gets crimped down to the wire. And then you finish with final adjustments to make sure everything's nice and tight. And play a little guitar. Do that a handful more times, making sure that you've got all the wires strung correctly. And then you've got the wire railing. I will say the top railing piece did take a little bit longer than I was hoping for. I was missing a piece originally that would allow you to actually thread the opening. So I was trying to use metal screws to go in and it just wasn't holding tight. But after that was fixed, I was able to get everything done and set correctly. And here is the final product. Big shout out to BLIKA again for supplying all of the parts, posts, and railings for me. If you would like to install this yourself, make sure to check them out. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.